So the next question. So this question is under the topic time and distance under boats and streams. So the question is, the boat takes total time of 7 hours to travel 16 km upstream and 36 km downstream together. The boat takes total time of 9 hours to travel 20 km upstream and 48 km downstream together. So this question is taken from RBI Grade B exam 2017. So this is one new trend of question where we have two quantities, quantity 1 and quantity 2. So quantity 1 is speed of the boat in still water. So this has to be found using the data. Quantity 2 is the absolute value, which is 10 km per hour. So we have to find which quantity is higher. So friends, when you see this question, so this is very much time consuming question. So but having one simple hint, so I'll give you the answer within seconds. So we need a quantity 1 value, which is speed of the boat. So speed of the boat is 8 km per hour, and 2 is the absolute value, which they have given 10 km per hour. So 1 is less than 2. So answer is option 1 is less than option 2. So friends, you'll be wondering, so how I got this answer within a few steps. So for that, first I'll explain the question, and then I'll say how I got the answer without any working. So the boat takes total time of 7 hours to travel 16 km upstream and 36 km downstream together. And first of all, what is upstream and downstream? Suppose when river flows in this direction, we'll take speed of the river as r km per hour. And if boat is also moving in the same direction, so boat is moving with speed b, so where speed b is speed of the boat in still water. So now when both the boat and the river are moving in the same direction, so it is called as downstream. So if the boat is against the river, so we say that the boat is going upstream. So but nowadays instead of downstream, so they may mention as boat along the river for downstream and for upstream against the river. And when the boat is moving downstream or upstream, so we have to calculate the relative speed of the boat with respect to the river. So this b is speed of the boat in still water. So to calculate speed downstream, so both are moving in the same directions. So as boat is moving towards the direction of the river will make the boat move fast. So then what will be the downstream speed? It will be sum of speeds of boat and river. So if the boat is going upstream, so then it has to overcome the speed of the river. So it is the difference of speed of the boat in still water and river. So whenever we are talking about this boat question, so going upstream or downstream, so we have to take this b plus r for downstream and b minus r for upstream. Now with the data they have given, the boat takes 7 hours, 16 km upstream for 16 km upstream and 36 km downstream together. So now upstream and downstream together is 7 hours. So what will be the upstream time? So upstream time is 16 km upstream, distance by speed is time taken. So upstream speed is b minus r. So plus the total is 7 hours. So we have to calculate downstream speed also. So downstream it is going 36 km. So for time it is distance by speed. So speed is b plus r. So which is equal to 7. So with the first data I have formed an equation. So this is first equation. And now what is the second set of data given? So it is taking 9 hours. So because upstream and downstream distances are different. So upstream 20 kilometer. So for 20 kilometer with speed b minus r, we get upstream time according for this distance. And going 48 kilometer downstream with speed b plus r, we get downstream time. So together is 9 hours. So we have got two equations, and you have here b minus r, b plus r in the reciprocal. So solving all this, we get speed of boat b minus r, b plus r value, and then from that we can calculate speed of the boat. So but friends, so all these are time consuming. So without this, I'll tell you how to get the answer immediately. So with this data itself. So when you see here, 16 is divided by b minus r, 20 is also divided by b minus r. So upstream distance, so I'll collect upstream distances traveled by the boat where both the numbers are divided by the same divisor. So if they are divided by the same divisor, so this b minus r should be a factor of both the numbers. So now see what is the highest common factor for 16 and 20. So which is 4. So 16 divided by 4, 20 divided by 4. So I take b minus r value as 4. And now taking downstream distances by the boat, 36 and 48. So these two values also divided by the same value b plus r. So where the divisor should be a factor of both the numbers. So for that again highest common factor is 12. So I'll take b plus r as 12. So now after assuming for almost all the questions, we get this highest common factor as b minus r for this upstream distances. B minus r is HCF of 1620. And b plus r is highest common factor for this downstream distances. And just you can cross check whether the data is tallied. So if b minus r is 4, 16 divided by 4 is 4. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So time taken upstream is 4 hours. Time taken downstream is 3 hours. 7 plus 3, 7. 4 plus 3, 7. It is tallied. And now checking here, if b minus r is 4, 20 by 4, 5. 48 by 12, it is 4. So 5 plus 4, 9, it is tallied. So why to do all this time consuming solvation of this equation? So instead of doing all this, so friends, so just collect the upstream distances, downstream distances, as both are divided by same divisors. This value should be some common factor of these two factors. So first try with highest common factor, and almost for all the questions this is tallied. So just with this, so without any working, so I took upstream distances 1620, so HCF has 4, and then downstream distance is 3648, so highest common factor is 12. I took b plus r as 12, and now getting b minus r 4 and b plus r 12, so easily you can get speed of the boat. So friends, remember, so instead of going for, so you may think that this question consumes more time because you have to solve all these complex equations. So but instead of doing all this, so rather than solving any other equation, so for this upstream downstream questions, just immediately you can get the answer by collecting the distance, get the highest common factor, just cross check and then go for the answer. And now coming to our question, we need quantity 1, which is speed of the boat. So till now I told you how to find this b minus r and b plus r without any working. So that is what I have done. So after getting this, how to find speed of the boat, so add this both. So when both the speeds are added, so we need speed of the boat, so where this reverse speed is cancelled, so 2b is 16, so b is 8. So now friends, with this simple shortcut, I have got speed of the boat within seconds. And now we need to compare which is higher, quantity 1 or 2. And what is quantity 1? quantity 1 is speed of the boat, which we have got as 8. So quantity 1 is speed of the boat, b equal to 8. And what is quantity 2? It is absolute value, which they have given as 10 km per hour. So this is 8 km per hour. And now you can go for the option as one value as 8 is less than 10, quantity 1 is less than 2. So answer is quantity 1 is less than quantity 2. So once again I'll remind you how to get the answer. So seeing the question, so don't leave this question off. It is very simple and within seconds you can get the answer. So collect the upstream distances, downstream distances, check for the highest common factors, cross check whether it tallies. So almost for all the questions it tallies. And now taking speed of the upstream speed and downstream speed, adding and dividing by 2, we get speed of the boat. So for this question, quantity 1 is speed of the boat, quantity 2 is absolute value, so 1 is lesser than 2. So option 1, quantity 1 is less than quantity 2. So go for the option where you have this inequality. So now we'll go to the next question.